and the Baltimore Orioles. Orioles baseball is next. Now a swing and a fly ball. And this will fall, but it's a foul ball. The windup and the 0-1. And he misses with it, 1-1. 53 degrees here at game time as it's cooled off considerably since batting practice this afternoon. And this one runs a little too far in, ball 2. Into the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. And he'll try to hold back the swing, but he'll do so unsuccessfully as that's ruled a strike. Now here's the pitch. Hit well down the left field line, but back into the crowd, foul. Another 2-2 offering. And another foul ball. The 2-2 one more time. This is hit the other way out toward left field. Kim has to retreat a bit, but he gets there for out number 1.
In the second
digging in, David Peralta, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one.
Peralta.
Pulled toward right center field. Trumbo there to make the play, and there are 2 gone now. In now, Paul Goldschmidt. First chance for him here in the top of the first with nobody on.
Goldschmidt.
Swing, and that's hit out of play up into the plaza level. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. Just underway in Baltimore. This one's blooped out toward right center field. Trumbo is there, and he'll put it away to retire the side. And that'll bring up the left-handed hitting outfielder Hyun-Soo Kim. They lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
Fielder, number 25.
Now a splitter starts things off with a called strike 1. And he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike 2.
Well, if you're wondering if he's going to be loose for this game, there's our answer. 98 in the first inning. He's going to be coming right after.
Boy, good cutting action to that pitch as that's the first out of the inning.
Center fielder, Adam Schoen.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Line towards center field. And the Orioles have their first hit of the season. Now batting, Chris Davis. Man at first for him following the 1-out single. First pitch on its way. Ripped on the ground to first. And a backhanded reach at first, but he can't flag it down. And that runner will go no further than second as there are 2 aboard now. So runners at first and second here with 1 away. And standing in now the third baseman, Manny Machado. Comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Line drive snagged on a short hop. And he'll get in there safely. Here's Mark Trumbo now. Certainly a big moment in this game. Bases loaded, tie score. Here comes the first pitch. And a fastball there is inside as that one backed him up a bit.
We can't hear it from here, obviously, but I think someone in the dugout just yelled, "Wear it," because that could have been a run.
A little over anxious that time as it's a ball and a strike. Splitter taken here, 2-1.
Well, right here, he's definitely worked himself into a very difficult situation. He's got the power hitter at the plate, and you got 2 balls. He's sitting there looking for his pitch to hit. You know he's zeroing in.
You can bet he's salivating a little in the box right now. He likes to drive in runs, and he's got a great situation and count to do that right here.
3-2 with the bases loaded. Chop foul over towards the coaching box. The 3-2 one more time. Skied in the air to straightaway left. Hazelbaker's under it. He's there to make the catch, and here comes the runner from third as this should get him on the board. And he will score on the sacrifice fly as he's in with our first tally of the ball game.
Batting sixth.
Here's Seth Smith now.
Designated hitter, Seth Smith.
From the stretch, here's the pitch. Hit down the line at first. And he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. Jake Lamb standing in now. He'll start things out in the top half of the second.
Baseman, Jake Lamb.
Into the windup and the pitch. This is skied into short left center. Kim's there for it. 1 down.
Batting fifth.
So coming to the plate, A.J. Pollock.
A.J. Pollock.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Skied into straightaway right. Trumbo has a read on it. And he brings it in for the second out of the inning. Digging in, Oswaldo Arcia. He'll work on keeping this top of the second alive. First pitch coming. Here it is. Started that swing a bit too early.
Oh, I just don't understand that swing. The first 2 guys made outs on just 1 pitch. What are they doing up there?
And boy, this at-bat is not starting off well as he's behind 0-2 now.
Oh, wow, that's what they call a jam sandwich. Wow, not much you can do with that pitch that's in tight.
And a changeup that just about got away from him there as that ran in a bit too far.
Well, this team, they're swinging at everything, but that pitch was just a little too far out of the strike zone.
This is drilled, but right into the shift. Scope has it. Throw on to Davis takes care of him, and that'll end the inning. Here's Jonathan Scope now. He'll lead it off here against Taijuan Walker.
Second baseman, number 6, Jonathan.
First offering on its way. And this is fouled back and out of play. Takes a look down at the knees for a strike.
That was a tough split right there. A splitter in the high 80s. When you're throwing that kind of split with that kind of movement, you're reading it with the arm speed as a hitter. You think it's fastball, then it dips. And when it's coming in the 80s like that, you definitely read fastball out of the hand.
Sends that one out of play for strike 1. The 0-1 delivery. Takes a knee-high fastball. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. And he struck him out as well. So the bottom of the order providing little resistance here, and there are 2 away.
The shortstop.
Stepping up now, J.J. Hardy. First 2 men in the inning have both gone down via the punch-out, so we'll see if he can fare any better. First pitch hack in here, and that's the first strike. That's over, but low. It's a ball and a strike. Walker gets the sign. Coming home with the 1-1 pitch. And there's a pitch that just misses the inside corner. Into the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Softly on a line to third, but little trouble handling this one down there at third, as that will end the inning. Standing in, Daniel Descalso.
Leading off for
7,
Arizona.
8, 9. Bottom of the
Second
order
baseman.
set to go here in the third.
Daniel Descalso.
Up and away to start the inning. It's 1-0. Here's the pitch. Fly ball to straightaway left. Heading after it is Kim, and he hauls it in for the first out of the inning.
Batting 8.
And that'll bring in the middle infielder, Ketel Marte. Into the windup and the pitch. And he goes and chops this one out towards second. On to Davis at first, and there are 2 away. So stepping in, Chris Herman. This guy's still looking at a 0 in the hit column. Lifted in the air out to left. Kim moves over, and that retires the side. Digging in to try it again, Hyun-Soo Kim. He'll lead things off here in this one-run contest.
Number 25.
Inside with the first pitch splitter, and it's 1-0. Into his windup, here comes the 1-0. High in the air out to center field. Pollock has a read on it, looks it into his glove, and there's one gone. So with one away now, that'll bring in the dangerous Adam Jones. Tried to golf at it, but he missed strike one.
That looked like he was cheating for that fastball inside right there. Early swing, got out in front of that off-speed pitch. Clearly looking for a fastball.
Well, I think his eyes lit up when he saw that pitch coming up at his eye level.
Yeah, good luck. But hey, a high fastball all of a sudden becomes really dangerous for a pitcher if it's not spotted above the zone. A little height difference makes all the difference.
And this is fouled at the plate. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. Oh, and this is swung on and missed. 4 strikeouts already, and that's out number 2.
First baseman.
Here's Chris Davis now. 1 for 1 after a single his first time up. A swing and a miss at a ball down.
Watching him on the mound, I'm really impressed with what he's doing right now. He's been really aggressive and confident over the last couple of innings.
Takes a pitch high and away for ball 1. Now a swing and a miss, and he's behind 1 and 2.
That is a filthy combination. High 90s with the fastball, and then that nasty curveball. It's almost unhittable, almost unfair to the hitter.
2-2 count. Here it comes. Grounder hit hard down the first baseline. Goldschmidt will take this to the bag himself, and with that, the inning comes to a close. Striding in once again, Jeremy Hazelbaker comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game.
Jeremy Hazelbaker.
Here's the first pitch to him. High in the air into shallow left center. After it is Jones. 1 down.
The right fielder,
stepping in and ready for another shot, David Peralta. He's 0 for 1 thus far. A swing and a drive to center field. That one's got a chance. Jones going back on it, but he can't get to this one. It's off the wall. Here's Paul Goldschmidt now. 0 for 1 for him here in this one.
Goldschmidt.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And the changeup is way low that time. No runs, just one hit. No errors so far for the Diamondbacks. And he takes a good swing at that one as this is sent down the line in right, but ultimately into the crowd, of foul ball. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. And he's in front of a tight little slider that time. Tillman ready with a 1-2. Hit in the air out to center field. Jones is under it. And he brings it in for the second out of the inning. And he will scurry back to first as he'll think twice about trying to move up. Digging in for his second at-bat, Jake Lamb. He flew out in his last at-bat. From the stretch. Pitch in the dirt, and that scoots right on by. And that's going to wipe away the possibility of a double play as the runner moves into second. Here it comes, 1-0. And that changeup makes him jump, a swing and a miss.
There's two pitches in a row, Matt, that were away. If this is any indication how he's going to pitch him the rest of that bat, he's saying you're going to beat me the other way. Nothing inside for him to pull. If you want to hit it, take it the other way. Well, that was a pretty good swing right there. Tough changeup. Back-to-back changeups, he fouls it off. Now you get the pitch you want.
And we'll have to leave it there as the play is made here to end the inning. Here's Manny Machado now. Reached by way of a fielder's choice his first time around.
Third baseman, Manny Machado.
Hit down the third base line. This gets foul. It's 0-1. And this is lined right back up the middle. And that's a base hit. 1 for 2 in his first couple of plate appearances. So the Orioles get their leadoff man aboard to start the inning.
Up next for the Orioles.
Here's Mark Trumbo now.
Right
He hit a sac fly earlier.
Trumbo.
He's set and the pitch. A swing and a miss. He's behind the big curveball.
That's a bad approach right there. Look, you may get that pitch later in the at-bat. If you're going to take a swing first pitch, it's got to be a ball you can drive. And that was not the pitch.
Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. Got him swinging on the split-fingered pitch, and that's out number 1.
Now batting.
Now at the plate, Seth Smith.
hitter.
He got on top of one and was a ground-out victim last time. Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. And he'll stay with it to put it away as they get their man here for the second out. Here's Jonathan Scope now. He was a strikeout victim in his first try. Walker comes set. Here's the first pitch. In the air now, out to left. Hazelbaker will get there, and he puts it away to retire the side. At the plate, A.J. Pollock comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ball game.
Center fielder, number 11, A.J. Pollock.
Here's the first pitch to him. Now this is swung on and hit down to Machado at third. And the fifth inning will start with a ground out, 1 away. Standing in, Oswaldo Arcia. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. And looks like he got the call there on the pitch inside. It's 0-1.
His pitch count is in a really good place at this point in the game. He's pounding the zone and getting first pitch outs just like he did on the last guy. We might see him work deep into this game if he keeps this up.
From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. A fastball, and he swings through it to fall behind.
Boy, that was filthy right there. That was a great indicator of how well he's throwing the ball. He's going nice in the game, but that pitch was filthy.
Chopped foul wide of first. He'll try again, 1-2. And that jammed him a bit there as it's fouled at the plate.
That's a nice job of staying alive. A 2-strike breaking ball just out of the zone. He was able to put enough on it to get another pitch.
To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
Boy, you talk about fighting. He's fouling balls off, fouling them off in a 1-2 count. He finally took a ball right there. I wonder if he feels more confident or he wants to keep swinging.
Hold the string on him. Strike 3 swinging. Castillo finds it, but the throw is not in time. Garcia reaches on the strikeout. Now in the box, Daniel Descalso. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. First offering on its way. Pitch swung on and hit in the air. Jones is after it. He's got it, and there are 2 down now. Digging in the switch hitter, Ketel Marte. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Swing and a liner. But this will be foul. Set to deliver the 0-1. And here's a ball hit in the air. In comes Kim, but he won't get there. It falls in. The throw to third, and he's safe. So now they'll have 2 men in scoring position following the 2-out double.
Up next for the
So striding in, Chris Herman, as he's got a chance to tie this ball game up with that equalizing run just 90 feet away at third. He was fighting that swing the whole way, but he went around. It's no balls and a strike.
Matt, I tell you what, I love how he's pitching right now. He has continued to pound that first pitch for strikes. When you do that, you set yourself up for great success.
And that one stayed too low, apparently.
That's back-to-back breaking balls away, but now he's got himself into a little bit of a tough spot. You probably can't throw that again, so your opponent is probably up there just looking for a fastball that he can drill.
And a great job to stick with it as he's able to make the play for the 3rd out. Here's the catcher, Wellington Castillo. He'll lead things off as we begin the home 5th.
Catcher, Wellington.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. Now here's a swing and a high pop-up drifting into shallow right field. Descalso has it, and it's a quick out, number 1. Here's the shortstop now, J.J. Hardy. Hit it hard but lined out in his first at-bat. Now a swing and a fly ball. But no chance to run it down. It's a foul ball. The windup and the 0-1. Nope. And that one stayed too low, apparently. Ready with the 1-1 pitch. A swing and a miss at the good old Uncle Charlie. 1 run on 3 hits. And no errors for the Orioles so far. Fastball, strike 3 called as he couldn't pull the trigger, and there are 2 away. And that'll bring up the left-handed hitting outfielder Hyun-Soo Kim. He started out the evening 0 for 2 so far. Up and in for ball 1.
I really like how he's getting ahead early in the count. He's pitching aggressively, and what that does, it holds the pitch count down.
Slow roller back to the mound. Marte fields it cleanly, and they'll have no play as he reaches first base safely. Here's the center fielder now, Adam Jones. A hit in 2 tries so far. Walker comes set. Here's the first pitch. Lifted in the air to center. Pollock has a read on it. And the inning is over. Ready for another shot now. Jeremy Hazelbaker. Third trip to the plate for him here tonight. 0 for 2 at this point. First delivery to him on the way. That's lifted the other way out to left. Kim has it in his tracks. And he hauls it in for the first out of the inning. Digging in and looking for more, David Peralta. 1 for 2 on his line so far in the game. Lifted in the air to center field. Jones is under it, and that's the second out of the inning. Here's Paul Goldschmidt now. No hits in 2 trips to the plate for him in the ballgame. Into the windup and the pitch. Laid off as it caught the inside corner. Well, it's been a good outing so far, but he hasn't really racked up the strikeout totals that you might think, Dan.
Yeah, but for him, Matt, he's more of a pitch to contact kind of guy, and obviously it's working so far, and the way he pitches, it really keeps his pitch count down.
One thing you try to do as a hitter is figure out what pattern the pitcher is pitching. I can't cover the whole plate. He's done a masterful job of pounding him on the outside half for strikes, and they haven't figured it out yet.
Will reach out with one hand to make the catch on the move, and that ends the inning. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Chris Davis. He's 1 for 2 in the ballgame.
Chris Davis.
Outfield shaded toward right center. Here's the first pitch. In there, strike 1.
Well, he's pitching really good in this game, and the fastball location has been the key. That pitch right there is indicative of the game. Down low, hits a spot. That's what he's been doing with the fastball basically the whole game.
Seared down the first baseline, but this will get foul. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Fastball called, strike 3, and there's the first out of the inning. Here's Manny Machado now. He's singled in 2 trips to the plate thus far. Right on, but this is foul down toward the box at third. Machado now on 0-1. Pulls this one in the air out to left. Hazelbaker's on his horse. 2 down. Digging in once again, Mark Trumbo. He hit a sac fly earlier. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Now the big overhand curveball makes him swing and miss.
Now that's a good curveball. That's the old 12 to 6 from midnight to 6 a.m. and he's doing it all day.
A wave and a miss, a tick behind a good fastball. Hit hard but foul to the left, and they'll try it again. 2 out, nobody on. And that's a swinging strike 3 in the dirt. Up with it, Herman, and that ends the inning. Digging in to try it again, Jake Lamb. He comes in 0 for 2 thus far.
Third baseman, Jake Lamb.
First delivery to him on the way. Fly ball out toward right field. Trumbo has a read on it. Makes the play. 1 away.
Center fielder,
ready for another
11.
chance. A.J. Pollock. He's 0 for 2 thus far in this one. Now here's the pitch. Hardy at short. He's got it. On to first, and it's a quick start to the 7th as now there are 2 away. Here's Oswaldo Arcia. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout in this one.
Arcia.
Infield shifted well to the right. Here's the first pitch. And he'll go after the first offering here, although this looked to be well below the knees. It's strike 1.
We talk about that first pitch and how important it is. Well, we're watching a guy right now that's throwing 80% to the hitters right now. The first pitch for a strike. When you do that, you're going to pitch deep in the games like we're seeing right now.
And that'll get down out there near the wall. And hold all tickets now as the tying run gets into scoring position with a 2-out double.
Second baseman.
Striding in once again, Daniel Descalso, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. Trying to hold the lead. Here's the delivery. First pitch fastball off the plate there, and it's ball 1. 1-0 pitch on the way. That misses. 2-0.
Well, he's got a base open to use right here, and it looks like he might not be afraid to do that by the way he's pitching him.
And nothing will come of the two-out double as the inning is over.
It's time for the traditional seventh-inning stretch.
Here's Seth Smith now. He'll start things out here in the
Leading
bottom
off
of
for the
inning number
Orioles,
7.
Designated hitter, Seth
First pitch of the at-bat. Thought he had the inside corner that time, but it missed for ball 1. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. And he'll just get a piece here as this is chopped foul at home plate. Here's the 1-1 delivery. Fouled off again, and now he's in a 1-2 hole. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. Another one sent foul.
Well, that's 3 foul balls in a row. He's definitely battling up there.
Again, a 1-2. Now a swing and a ball popped high in the air over toward foul ground. And this is going to wind up a foul ball. 1-2. Here it comes. Ground ball right side straight into the shed. And he'll take it to the bag himself for the out.
The second
Striding into the box, Jonathan Scope. 0 for 2 on his line thus far. Into the windup and the pitch. Here's a high pop-up. Lamb settles under it near second. He's got it, and there are 2 down now. So digging in now, Wellington Castillo. He started out the evening 0 for 2 so far. Grounder down the line at third. This is foul for the first strike. Walker's ready. Here he comes 0-1. Swing and a liner, but foul.
I think a big reason why he's been so effective in this one, that he's been just about getting ahead of every hitter. Seems like every one of them are 0-2, 1-2, and it's just about every at bat. And when that's the case, your chances of getting a good pitch to hit are way worse.
Ready once again, J.J. Hardy. It's been an 0 for 2 effort for him to this point. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Fouled back. The 0-1 pitch. Took a wave at one around the shins with no luck.
Well, as advertised, Matt, that splitter has been spot on. I mean, that is the game separator right there. He's able to use that split. Looks like a fastball, and he's using it effectively.
And that's in for a base hit. Make it a 1 for 3 game so far. Ready now, Hyun-Soo Kim. 2 outs and 2 runners aboard here in the 7th inning. Looking to keep this a 1-run game. The pitch. A swing and a miss at the big curveball.
Well, the O's have been searching for that big hit pretty much all game. It remains to be seen if they can get it, but now would be a great time for that.
And that misses 1-1. Looking to wiggle out of this. Here it is. Fastball close, but he didn't get it. 2-1.
Boy, he better get it back together here quick, because he's got 2 guys on already. He's starting to lose location of that strike zone. He's got to throw a strike right here.
He's set. Here's the 2-2. And here's a ball hit in the air. In comes Hazelbaker. He can't get there, so the inning will continue. And the run's going to come in to score from second as they grab a 2-0 lead now. Here's the center fielder now, Adam Jones. It was a fly out for him. Some action out in the bullpen. Couple of right. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Hit in the air out to left field. Hazelbaker moves over, and the inning is over. And that'll bring in the middle infielder, Ketel Marte. 1 for 2 with a double on the ledger so far.
Marte.
Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. But this will land untouched. Popped up, calling for it. Machado, one away. Digging in now, Chris Herman. He comes in 0 for 2 thus far. Into the windup and the pitch. Couldn't wait back, a swing and a miss.
Well, they're still in this game. You know, if they can get somebody on, a broken bat, a blooper, a bunt, and then go for the big ball, they can get something going. But they've got to start with getting somebody on base. This offense needs a base.
There's a swing and a missile sent out to center field. Jones looking up. A leap at the wall, but forget it. It's gone. A home run. Digging in, Jeremy Hazelbeck. It was a fly out. Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. And here's a slider that's nowhere close, and it's 1-0.
Pretty good pitch and a great take there. There's not a lot you could do with that slider breaking down and in unless you can catch it way out front and hook it down the line. You see a lot of swinging misses on those.
Fastball misses away here. It's 2-0. From the windup, the 2-0 pitch. Too tight with that one. 3-0.
Well, he doesn't have any walks yet. He's going to have to come in the zone right here and really avoid throwing that first walk of the game.
And he gets this fastball over, back to 3-1 now. 4 pitches, all takes. He's showing a lot of patience here.
And I like that from a guy like him, Matty. He can do a lot of damage on the base pass with his legs, so there's no reason for him to get overly aggressive if he's not getting anything to handle.
The right fielder, number 6.
Stepping into the box. David Peralta. Here comes the first pitch. And there's a pitch that just misses the inside corner. Late that time for a strike. 1-1. Here it comes. Out in front as this is pulled foul into the seats. Inside and a hair low. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Almost got him to go around, but instead it's ball 3.
Not sure what he saw in that pitch, but it sure looked tempting. At least he held up. He must have been guessing.
Now a swing and a fly ball. Kim is after it. Into the stands. He got it. And he will scurry back to first as he'll think twice about trying to move up. So it's a runner at first with 2 men out. And stepping in, the power-hitting first baseman Paul Goldschmidt. Darren O'Day is out from the bullpen now as he'll make his first appearance here on the season.
Darren O'Day.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1. 1-0. Here it comes. 1-0. Heavy sinker just stayed inside.
Wow, not a great spot to be in right now. 2-0 to a great hitter like this. This is when you really have to pay attention as a pitcher. And if you have good off-speed stuff, this might be the time to start mixing in your off-speed stuff.
Hitters count now. Here's the 2-1. Never tempted to swing at that ball down low. It's ball 3.
There's certain situations where things just have to happen, and this is one of those. Like it or not, he's got a challenge in right here.
Drilled to the right side. And a reach with the backhand, but he comes up empty as that gets by him. Digging in, Jake Lamb. And a big at-bat in this one. 2 on, 2 away here in the 8th. First pitch of the at-bat. Swing and a liner. Foul. Big spot. 2 out, possible tying and go-ahead runs on base. In there, and it's 0-2 now.
A swing and a liner to left center field, and that's going to drop in for a base hit.
Long throw to the plate, and he is in there. And the tying run comes around to score from second. It's now a 2-2 ball game. Now at the plate, A.J. Pollock. And we'll see what he can do here. 2 on, 2 away, 2 home so far this inning. Swinging a soft liner. Throw to first in time, and the big inning is avoided as the side is retired. Coming to the plate now, Chris Davis. He'll see what he can do leading off the
first baseman, Chris Davis.
Ruby De La Rosa is on to pitch out of the bullpen in the bottom half of the 8th.
Number 12, Ruby De La Rosa.
Good off-speed pitch had him out in front for strike 1.
Action now in the Arizona bullpen as they have a right-hander up and throwing.
Awfully close with the slider there, but it's 1-1.
Now that's that old school slider right there, trying to get in on his hands. We see that with a cutter a lot, but the slider's even more effective because you can't pick up the spin.
Coming in is Pollock. And that's the first out of the inning. Here's Manny Machado now. He's working on a 1-for-3 thus far. First pitch on its way. Fly ball out toward left center field. And a great diving effort there, but it'll just tip off his glove, and it's a base hit. And he'll get in there safely. In now, Mark Trumbo. 0-for-2 with a run batted in for him thus far. Here's the first pitch to him. And that changeup makes him jump. A swing and a miss.
This is going to be an interesting at bat. I think he has to be pitching for a strikeout here, so we'll see what kind of sequence he uses.
And a fastball just misses. It's 1-1. Getting a few steps off a second there. Now the pitch. And a half swing here, but this is in there for a called strike 2. Good lead there at second. Here's the pitch. Got him. And that's the 3rd time we've written a K next to his name in this one.
Designated hitter.
Here's Seth Smith now. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. Hoping to keep it tied. Here it comes. Fouled straight back. Go-ahead runs in scoring position here with 2 down. There's a swing and a drive hit well out to right field. Peralta racing back. He tracks it down, and that will end the inning. Here's Oswaldo Arcia. He'll start things out here in a tie ball game.
Designated hitter, Oswaldo Arcia.
Here comes the first pitch. 9th inning begins as the first pitch is taken for ball 1. Ready with the 1-0 pitch. Bounce to first. The tag, and he is out. So striding in, Daniel Descalso. Hit the ball pretty well in his last at-bat, but it resulted in a line out. Favorable call in there for a strike. The 0-1. There's a swing and a drive hit well out to right field. Trumbo looks up. It's out of here, and they've taken the lead in the 9th. Santa Maria. Digging in the switch hitter, Ketel Marte. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. First pitch of the at-bat. And here's a ball hit in the air. Hardy onto the grass, and he brings it in for the 2nd out of the inning. Into the box now, Chris Herman. He's working on a 1-for-3 thus far. Zach Britton takes over now with 2 gone here in the top of inning number 9. And there's the backup catcher, Chris Iannetta. He's moved into the on-deck circle to pinch hit here. Ball 1. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And a whiff at a good slider that time. One pitch is a slider that's cut on and missed for strike 2. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. And a sinking fastball that stayed a little high apparently.
Well, all of the umpires in the seats thought that was strike 3, and they weren't far off, but I think that was a good call. Looked to be just a bit outside. When a pitcher's close to working through a quick inning, that's when you really need to grind out some at-bats. He's done a good job of that, and that's really big when you're hitting towards the bottom of the order.
And now he'll reconsider as he looks for a strikeout pitch. He's set. Here's the 3-2. Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive. Count is full. Here's the pitch. Struck him out, so it remains a 1-run lead as they head in for their final set of swings. So striding forward now, Jonathan Schoop. He'll be the one to get us.
For the night for the Orioles, second baseman, Jonathan Schoop.
Enrique Burgos is the man called on to close this one and earn a save in the ninth.
Enrique. Burgos.
Oh, missed that one by a mile. It's 0-1. And the pitch. And I'm not sure, but it looks like he may have been blindfolded for that swing. It's 0-2 now. Here it comes. Can't quite get the low outside corner there. It's 1-2.
Wow, that's a tough pitch to lay off right there. You're down 0-2. You're in protect mode. You want to chase that ball. Nice layoff.
Swing and a miss, and that'll get a groan from the home supporters here. One away. First pitch of the at-bat. And he gets him to lift one high in the air and drifting out to shallow center. Marte is there, and folks are starting to head for the exits now. 2 gone here in the ninth.
Number 2.
Striding in, J.J. Hardy. He steps in off a base hit in his last at-bat. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And that swung on and missed for strike 1.
Well, he's just 2 outs into his major league debut on the mound, and so far he doesn't seem nervous or like he's trying to do too much. That's easier said than done.
He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Hit in the air to straightaway center. Pollock has a read on it. Makes the catch, and that's the ball game. In a close game like this, you look for that one guy who produced when it mattered most, and this is the guy. He's our top player of the game.
Well, everyone wants to get their season off on the right foot and feel like all